Hello there, welcome back to the 70th episode of Under the Radar. I am excited to be back today. I am breaking into the final, 30 episodes, roughly. There will probably be a little bit more than that of this series, but it feels official now that I'm nearing the end now that I'm in the 70s. And in this 70s chapter, I have some of my favorite releases in the scene that I grew up playing in. But before I break into today's release, which is one of those, I wanted to say that you can now go to samswansonmusic.com/store, and I have stocked it fully with all of the items that I could find in my inventory. And I could not believe that I had over 50 items left in the alarm clock inventory. There are some of the products are quite limited. Like, for instance, I'm selling Midwest Blue, the debut full-length album Remembering to Forget, which I've covered in this series. I think I have 3 copies left in the store, but I found a few of those from Post 436 Records, which is probably the most rare thing. Next to that that's rare is I have about 10 copies left of Dorm Life's debut LP, It's Not Me, It's You, which I covered in this series, aka the Red Album. I have about 10 CDs left. If you want to grab yourself a copy, feel free. They are extremely rare. I also have some of the other releases that I've covered, like Sides by Midwest Blue. I actually was able to find a few copies of the Alarm Clock EP and the Columbus Conspiracy EP, which are also highly out of print. In addition to those, I also have a copy of Unique Chic's debut full-length. I have, I think, a little less than 100 copies left of It Never Fails Forever, which is a phenomenal album. So in the store there is also clothing, stickers, buttons/pins, hats, posters. Found a lot of posters. So feel free to go peruse that and support me if you would like. That is the best way, I think, to get something for your money, is to go to my store online. Otherwise, you can go to my music page and you can download albums of mine off of Bandcamp. So yeah, I think that's about all I've got for this current moment, but allow me now to get into today's release. Episode 70, we're going to be covering another hip-hop group from Chicago. And this group is one that is near and dear to me. I thought that they were highly underrated and played a number of shows with them in various groups of mine. That group is a group called H2O SOUL, and I believe they are from the south side of Chicago, and made up, at the time that I met them, I actually met their sole producer of the group, Dennis Thompson, aka M-Fly, and the way that I actually met Dennis was Midwest Blue, my old band, was asked to record a song at Columbia College for a class. And Dennis just so happened to be in that class, and our bass player was unavailable at the time, so our guitarist Scott, he had rounded up Mike from this band Switch that he had played with previous. And so Mike laid down bass lines for this song called Bullet of Truth, which we never, for some reason, it should have ended up on the Sides collection, but we never could somehow get our paws on a copy of an MP3 or anything of a mixed version of that song. So I don't know whatever materialized from that session, but Dennis was a part of engineering that, and that's how we kind of hit it off. And he and I were just talking a lot, and he ended up handing me this disc, which is the debut album by H2O SOUL entitled Essential. And Columbia College had a record label called AEMMP, I think it's called, or pronounced AMP Records, and they released it through them in part with their own little thing called Red Line Connection, little movement that they had going on. Yeah, so that was back in 2006, early 2006, I believe, that this came out. And we just started chatting a lot, and before you know it, by the time I had released Dorm Life's second album, which I'll be covering very soon in this series, H2O SOUL had done a number of shows with us at Clearwater Theater and some other venues. Around this time, this would have been 2007, the group had went from 4 members to 3. So they lost one of their MCs that went by the alias Intellect. and became just a trio. So today we're going to cover the follow-up EP to the LP entitled Soul Reflections. And Soul Reflections, I thought, was, in my opinion, at least my favorite release that I got to hear by the band as they were active. This EP had all production by Emply, except there was one song that featured Soul People, and I still think that Dennis did some engineering on that track. But we'll leave that for the end as I cover one of those songs. So, like I said, this EP was released in 2007. It was self-released. It was mostly engineered by Dennis Thompson for Earth Tone Entertainment, except for track 7, which was produced by Anton Genius for Gigatronics Records. And the members on this EP, again, include Emply, Clever, and Sunchild. But the group was doing a lot of work, doing a lot of gigs. I think they once opened for The Roots, I remember. They opened for a bunch of different hip-hop groups. They were always trying to play out. They had kind of their own collective going with Soul People, which was a great group from Chicago of musicians. I don't know how many copies of this were pressed, but this was done on CDR. And I guess we'll just go ahead and break into the opening track entitled Holy Water.
I am an expression of soul wrapped in brown skin, dependent on oxygen and sun rays to charge my melanin. The message embedded is still pertinent to the situation at hand, straight to the point without permanent. Striving to be a permanent part of your daily ritual. So keep my record spinning so I can collect residuals, and that'll keep me fed, absorbing those vital minerals. It's in my daily bread, keeping me tuned to the spiritual soul. Pull you a chair up to my table and sit. Talk with my clique and maybe you can see the reason I spit. My heart is committed to the struggle, to lift the curse with my gift and touch my people on some personal shit. Versatile script, fully equipped, and on with words that'll tick and detonate inside your soul, causing your conscience to slip. In a sense, I'm innocent until the beat will convict me of the crime and do the time, cause to my words I commit. Hey, yo.
You can use your money or mine to get the power. Holy water's fine, we pure and never sour. Can't make up lost time, this is the final hour right now. Right now. You can use your money or mine to get the power. Holy water's fine, we pure and never sour. Can't make up lost time, this is the final hour right now. Right now.
Now, if you've heard their previous effort, that was a lot different, I think. The vibe on this EP, just the production was upped big time, and instantly grabbed me from the opener on this EP. The next song that I will play off of this EP is a song that features Ya on vocals, and it's a song called Nuggets of Love.
I see you in the clouds, smiling down, sending down rays of love. No need to wear a frown, you're around, sending down nuggets of love.
Inglewood, my soul felt it when she was helpless. Help miss, maybe it's selfish to think there was another way. Reason is embedded in every breath we take, so I'm gasping for the lesson. I see through all the pain, stress, life, love, light shine bright. Shining through your memories, living till it's time to see you smile, you laugh, enjoy your light. The sight of you being you once again. Yo, it's funny how we live, even when we're gone.
Memories stick like Maserati foreign whips on minds, living images, click spark smiles of remembrance when hearts get torn. Yo, we glue it back with hope and hope that it can heal. Wounds exposed to the cold, shy windshield. In memory of Nugget, we hit gold in this music. A nugget for your thoughts is now a fortune if you use it.
I see you in the clouds, smiling down, sending down rays of love. No need to wear a frown.
Really liked the production on that track. This EP definitely had a lot more jazz influence than the Essential album, and you'll really hear it in the next song that I'm going to play you. This one really reminds me of some of the old Far Side kind of vibe to the production, and a little Pete Rock maybe too in there. This song is called Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yo, check it. Sometimes I wanna write, sometimes I wanna fight. Sometimes I let it go, sometimes I hold it tight. Sometimes it's out of love, sometimes it's out of spite. Sometimes I see the light, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I play it safe, sometimes I take a chance. Sometimes I wanna sit, sometimes I take a stand. Sometimes I follow rank, sometimes I'm in command. Sometimes I wanna be, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes the way to go isn't the way you came. Sometimes to say it's so just isn't the way to fame. Sometimes I lose control at times, I can't maintain balance in my weight on life's beam while facing the challenge. Yo, going against the grain, sometimes you start to drain your life's energy. Simply put, defeats the enemy, it holds the remedy. Your friends and families, who many spending time like it, going through life mechanically without love. To be your guiding light and shining star. Sometimes I wanna spend nights in Buddha bike in the bar. Sometimes pain and neglect from my father, it got me bothered. Sometimes I smile for memories of my grandfather. Oscar, through your inspiration, I'm sure to prosper. I'll carry the ball, being careful not to drop or fumble. Keep it humble if you with it, roll with it. Sometimes I wanna carry the weight of the whole city. Sometimes I wanna write, sometimes I wanna fight. Sometimes I let it go, sometimes I hold it tight. Sometimes it's out of love, sometimes it's out of spite. Sometimes I see the light, sometimes.
Great song. Now, that song, I will say, also there's a similar kind of feel to another song that made the second edition or pressing of this EP that you can only find on their Bandcamp page. I believe the song's called 1-2, and it has a kind of a similar feel to, or at least style of whatever they grabbed on the sample. I really like that one too. I wish that they would have just thrown that on the first version, but I'm glad it made the second version, which I don't have. So you can go check that out if you'd like to go hear that on Bandcamp. But I will play one more song off of here, which is probably my favorite song on this release, and this song is the only one that features Soul People, and this song is called Listen Love.
Come on and listen, love. I wanna talk to you. I know your world is trife, so let me walk with you. Let me spark with you, move the block and rock with you. I know you feel me, love, cause queen, I'm feeling you.
Sit back and listen, love. I wanna talk to you. I know this world is trite, so let me walk with you. I wanna spark with you, move the block and rock with you. I know you're feeling me, cause king, I'm feeling you. I put no price on your thoughts, love. Nickels for your kiss, cause your mind intertwined. Graduated to this bliss, just like a habit. I need more than a quick fix when you're gone. Fever strikes, boy, you got me feeling sick like I'm malnourished. A gift and a curse, it's a limited edition, love, so let me splurge. See, we can make this universe move. You play the music while I kick a verse or two. And to the echoes of the jungle, how we grew. We sipping on the herbal tea, vibing to roots. I wanna do silly things like Castillos in La Playa. I wanna camp in the park, marshmallows on the fire, catch butterflies in the wind, a treasure to inspire. Flip through ancient scripts and create our own cipher. Send this message in a bottle overseas to roam. Under indigo skies and distant lands we roam. You touch my hand, I'm home. And when this quest is over, King, I'll place you on your throne. King, I'll place you on your throne. Sit back and listen, love. I wanna talk to you. I know this world is trife, so let me walk with you. I wanna spark with you, move the block and rock with you. I know you're feeling me, cause King, I'm feeling you.
Mentally,
physically,
spiritually, expressing our love lyrically, taking us to a level that's everything love is meant to be.
Taking us to a level that's everything love was meant to be.
Taking us to a level that's everything love is meant to be.
Yes, I would have to say that is definitely my favorite song. I remember kind of playing that song with them a little bit live at Clearwater back in the day when Dorm Life, when we were writing our songs for what became our third and final album, the Yellow album, Mustard is the New Ketchup. But I remember writing a hook kind of when I was listening to this and trying it live. We never recorded it or anything, but I would have loved to have recorded something with H2O Soul while we were all doing music. However, I'm blessed to have gotten to share the stage with them a number of times. As I said, Soul People actually traveled all the way from Chicago with them to play with us at least, I think, twice at Clearwater Theater, if not more. They played once our record release show for Roses Are Blue, and then later I played with H2O Soul at the record release show for Boom Juice for our debut full length at Reggie's in Chicago, and always just enjoyed that group. H2O Soul was all about progressing and evolving their sound, and on their next full length after this, I believe it was called Classes In, they took a way more rock approach to the record. I'm trying to think of something that is comparable. I think the first track off of Mama's Gun by Erykah Badu, she took that more direction. It was a little more Parliament, Funkadelic style with some Jimi Hendrix. Maybe a little more like that rock rap kind of thing on that album. But yeah, you can go ahead and you can get some of these songs on Bandcamp. They are on a collection called Past, Present, Future, A Guide to Understanding H2O Soul, Volume 1. Very similar to A Guide to the Roots, right? Roots had put out a couple volumes of that, like a beginner's guide kind of style compilations. Great place to get some of the old H2O material off of both their Essential album and this EP, and then some unreleased stuff. However, I did see that there is a song that is not included, including the one that I mentioned earlier, 1-2, that didn't make this EP. At least the first rendition. There's a song that was on the Alarm Comp that I released, which I found a couple copies, which is in the store that I mentioned earlier on samswansonmusic.com/store. Under My Skin featuring Noah. That song, one of my favorites, is only available still on the Bandcamp page for the Alarm Comp, and if you want to get a physical copy, which, like I said, there are under 5 copies, so have at it if you want to check that out. And the only other thing I wanted to say is that
Soul People is a way of life. That's right, man. Just groove, man. That's all that matters is the groove.
Soul People had released a killer record, and I couldn't find it, unfortunately. They had handed me a copy when I got this EP, and I think I have it somewhere. It's just buried somewhere. But Listen Love was on there, along with a bunch of different artists from Chicago, and it was just a really great release. I enjoyed Soul People a lot. Very talented group of people. Emply, Dennis, hats off to all you guys. They are currently involved, at least Clever and Emply are both part of I don't know what you would call it, kind of an outreach, artistic kind of development of artists called havenstudios.org. You should check them out there. I'm glad to see that they're paying it forward and continuing to develop community and build that. I will say Dennis is the one who put me up on Dwelle when I was kind of at this time when I was making Roses Are Blue by Dorm Life. I didn't want to listen to any rock music, and I was really just into neo, like what you would call neo soul at the time, which I guess is more of a marketing term than a real, genre or subgenre. But he was the one who put me up on Dwelle, and Dwelle became one of my favorite artists for sure. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to again just make sure that I give props to these guys, all 3 of you guys. Was a blessing to know you and to play shows with all 3 of you, and your backing band as well. So definitely go check out H2O Soul on Bandcamp, because they still exist there. And yeah, in other news, I'm just kind of developing a few things before I take off for New York. I'm booking a bunch of gigs right now in North Carolina for October. So if you're in North Carolina and you're looking for music, I will be playing. I'm looking for some more spots to cover my 2-week jaunt out there. But yeah, just trying to keep busy, build some things. I am going to continue to push the store that I've got on samswansonmusic.com/store. Yeah, that's about it for now. I'm really excited to tell you that the next episode is going to be the Brokedowns, which I haven't covered since it was one of my first episodes back in the day. So really excited to bring them back into the mix on an episode. And then I've got some really exciting ones after that as well. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing my best while I'm traveling to knock out episodes from different places. And so I'll be in tow with some physical merchandise and ready to film. So yeah, anyway, please check out samswansonmusic.com/store, and thank you for your time.